Well, you're in luck. The Ooga Booga Caveman brain simplicity behind this is so real, and you're about to see why. For what, $25 at max, you could have a power as yet exclusive to the Archangels. Feel free to improve the design, but that should be all you need. First step, though, smash. And I mean smash. This is a crystal quartz striker found in every common barbecue lighter. Fear not, none of this is going to waste. The majority of it's going into my gift box, and then the rest is going to be recycled into plastic cans. Ah, isn't she a beauty, folks? Look at that. Alright, so now what you want to do is get needle nose or some type of, like, gripums to pull apart the metal casing and just kind of unfurl it slowly. You'll see here in a little bit, I am going to grab a hammer and beat the loving tar out of the end cap. Just keep in mind, there are two contact points for the wires, right? And you want to get both of them out safely. There's one at the very end, and then there's one just at the base of the tube. So just be mindful of that. Don't go yanking on it. Just slowly, monotonously work your way through it, and you'll get there. You'll see. I'm about to bust out the hammer and smack this boy right now. So yeah, just past that little plastic housing I was just smacking on, that's where the first contact is for the wire. You're about to see me pull the ball. I wish it hadn't focused, but it's my first time doing tutorials, so sue me. So yeah, once you unfurl all of that metal housing, there should just be two plastic channels on the inside that hold the wires in place. You just got to take that apart, and you're golden. Look at it. Isn't it something? Man. Alright, so this part's super simple. All you need to do is attach it to the handle, and you can do that whichever way you prefer. This is my opinion on it. Pressing it all the way up against the hilt, and then having a little washer like this, or just something to create some space. That way the plunger, trigger, clickety-clack, whatever you want to call that thing, doesn't get caught on the leather, or there's a word for the fancy gilded metal stuff around the handle that I can't remember the name of. Don't crucify me in the comments. But yeah, here I'm trying my best to demonstrate like just how the spacing really does make a difference. Do your own thing, or take my word for it. You're watching my video, so I'm assuming you might want my opinion on it, but you know, teach their own. That's how life is. Well, I got you here. How you doing? You having a good day? Life's pretty crazy right now, so I hope a flame sword is some mild compensation. And now, obviously, whatever you would prefer, you could go all out and take the undo the leather around your handle, find it, like drill a little channel in, put the trigger inside. Super clutch. Kudos to you if you do that. I'm literally just gonna wrap it in electric tape, because why wouldn't I? I'm not gonna, like, you know, I have to replace these every now and then because they do wear out. Just be in mind that like, key point here, two little itty bitty quartz crystals in there, right? Just doing their thing, just, right? Which technically means it's a crystal ignition system, which I think is just the coolest thing ever, because it basically makes it like a real lightsaber using a kyber crystal to ignite the danger bit. But that's just me. Anyhow. This next part is just wire placement. I'm going to wrap one all the way around and ground it into the hilt, and then put another one slightly up so it creates that spark jump from, yeah, right there, you just saw it. I'll do a little slow-mo, guys, action here for you so you can see it a little bit better. But I wasn't going to rapid fire click it, but you shouldn't do that. You wear out the crystals. So ideally, the larger the arc of the spark, the easier it's going to be to catch the fibrous tissues of the toilet paper on fire. And we're talking, you want like corporate gas station. We're talking federally funded state park. We're talking why bother level of toilet paper. You know what I mean? The thinner the better, basically. Even as far as if you have super thin, you wrap it really tight with twine, as you're about to see. I'm just going to do like a loose wrap with the twine here. But if you've got it super tight, put lamp oil instead of the Ronson lighter fluid like I'm using, or did like a 50-50 ratio, which is what I've done in the past, you can basically have it saturated in the oil inside your scabbard and then have it pretty much ready to go 24/7. So yeah, don't be a dummy. The easiest way is just to spin the sword. I forget that way too often. Just set up like a little spool jig or something for your twine, and then just spin the sword around. Just so much easier than the other way. It's so funny to me how often I forget that. And just like that, kiddos, we were all done. I'm so incredibly proud of you for following along. Look at you with your very own flame sword. Now we're going to talk about the fun part. As I'll see here in a minute, I use a cut of like 40% Wansonol, 60% lamp oil, and it works perfectly. But anything you can think of that catches fire will probably work. It's just not gasoline, right? It burns a little bit too high. Always keep that in mind, how hot something burns, and proper safety equipment, gloves, face covering, and I have years not just fucking around with swords, but like actually training at various institutions to know what I'm doing and have a good awareness of my body, right? Super important. Do not go out for the first time ever to mess with a sword and have it be this, alright? But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you all out there. My little Michaels, my little angels. Go forth and conquer.